Loud, not allowed, 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 not allowed. Shit. You're not allowed. Hey. Not allowed. Oh, sorry. You're not allowed to say faggot on the radio. You're not allowed to say faggot in public. You're not allowed to say faggot anywhere in case somebody gets offended. You're not allowed to say faggot on the radio. You're not allowed to say faggot anywhere. You're not allowed to say faggot, or your show will get cancelled. Fucking hell, lads. I was nearly having a fucking panic attack. I was like, fuck, I'll start improvising a song saying you're not allowed to say faggot. So you're fucking not. And fucking hell, I nearly had a fucking panic attack, man. I was about to press record and I was like, I can't do it. I can't sing a song about you're not allowed to say faggot, because everyone's gonna just think I hate some minority of some description. Jeez, water's got crackers now. Honestly though, I was nearly having a fucking panic attack. I was like, fuck, I cannot. Is this thing working? It is. Oh, fucking hell. Man. I was stressing my fucking balls off. I was like, is this going too far? Is this the line? Have I gone way past the line? Is this the line? Oh. I'm trying so hard to rebel against myself, because my natural safe place is to be super politically correct, be super nice to everyone. But when I'm super nice to everyone and I'm politically correct and I do all these things, nothing gets done. That's so annoying. So listen, why am I singing a song saying faggot? Why am I singing a song about called faggot? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Where's Vegan Steven going with all this? I don't know. He's just opened a fresh bottle of water and he thinks he's all that. Refers to himself the third person. I heard he's an egotistical maniac. I hear he's a psychopath. I hear he's got fucking all the things. Oh Jesus. I'm very chuffed that I forgot to record that start of the Instagram. So I'm going to start the Instagram now. But alright. So do you know it'd be nice to have a bit of context, so it doesn't seem like some lads just ranting a curse word at random. Do you know? A bit of context would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh jeez, I'd love a bit of context. Alright, I'll give you your fucking context. Sorry, excuse me. That's the nerves, man. I'm honestly fucking nervous. Oh, because I'm not... I don't know. I was comfortable crossing the line before, but now I've kind of lost my balls. Do you know what I mean? And I think once I lose my fucking balls, I have to go back on that tightrope. Get out of my safe zone. Alright, so here we go. That was an improvised song, by the way, so thank you very much for my performance. Oh, thank you. Cheers. When asked by Ryan Tuberty about the ongoing controversy about the song lyrics, MacGowan was unperturbed or whatever. Anyway, this is the quote from Shane MacGowan last night. For anyone who doesn't know, Shane MacGowan is a fucking legend. Irish lad, and I'll get into that in a minute. But so basically, Ryan Tuberty, there's this Christmas song, okay, called there's this song called, sure, we'll get into it in a minute. So listen, there's this show in Ireland called The Late Late Show, right? It's like the biggest show in Ireland, more or less. It's been going on since, it's kind of like an intergenerational thing. It's been around since the start of TV. It's been around since the dinosaurs, and it just keeps going. No one asked it to, but it just keeps going. So Ryan Tuberty, the presenter, asked this lad, right? He had a bold word in his song. He says faggot, right? And personally, I love the word faggot because I've been saying it since I was a kid. I didn't associate it with anything. To to me, it's just a nice sounding word. Like, you say it, if someone does something that you don't really like, it's just kind of like fuck off or something. Like, it doesn't mean anything. But it's about the power of words, do you know what I mean? So, obviously I'm going way over my head here. Oh God, but hopefully some of you guys are, sure, we'll see what happens. So listen, Shane MacGowan says, there is no political correctness to it, he said. I've been told it's insulting to gays. I don't understand how that works. I must say I do agree with him. When the host moved to explain the concern, MacGowan replied with nobody in the band thinks that's worth a second thought. So, let's see. So just for more context. Okay, so there's an Irish lad called Shane MacGowan. He went all around the world singing Irish songs, and he did his own songs, and brilliant. He's like punk. He's like where punk rock meets traditional Irish music. People love it, and rightly so. He did a cover song. He did a song with another singer, and it was called Fairy Tale New York. Something like that, anyway. And in the song, you're a fool, you're an old cheap man. Anyway, they always blurred out the word faggot on everywhere. They blank it out because they're like, we don't want anyone getting offended. As far as I know, they let it through for the first few years, and then people started getting offended by it, and then I don't know what the history is. There's a whole history like about this word. That's karma. When you start messing with the system, you spill water on yourself. Oh jeez. Alright, so listen. What he's saying here, my interpretation of what he's saying, they had this lad, Shane MacGowan. I'm just afraid people won't understand what I'm saying. That's why I have to keep repeating myself. And just try to make this simple. So, okay. There was a word, Shane MacGowan said a bold word in a really famous song, like a song that is internationally known as like an Irish Christmas #1. Like, it's a fucking banger. One of the best recordings of all fucking time. Iconic around worldwide or whatever. In the Christmas nations. So just to say what he says again, the potential just goes, listen, what do you have to say about the controversy about this lyric in your song? And I've already read the actual quote, but to kind of summarise the quote or whatever, it says he doesn't get this whole politically correctness thing. He says there's no politically correctness to it. That's the quote or whatever. Shane MacGowan, the singer and songwriter of the actual lyric, says, I've been told it's so other people have put this meaning on the word, not the actual songwriter. Other people, external factors, have decided that he can't say this word, which he had it wasn't on his radar that it meant this thing. Because as a songwriter, I love the word faggot because it's very, like, cunt is that's a really hard word to songwrite with because it's such a harsh sound. But the big fan. Oh, cheers, man. Helping manager ahead. Well, happy days. So yeah, the word faggot for a songwriter is a very pleasing word. It's just something. It just flows. Where the word cunt is not pleasing in any way. Do you have any questions you'd like to be answered there, the lovely audience? We're live on all platforms. So listen, for songwriters like myself, it doesn't have anything to do with political correctness. We don't associate it with this whole gay bashing, some kind of gay bashing trend or something. So the songwriter says, listen, I've been told it's insulting to gays. I don't understand how that works. So yeah, I don't know. Because it's always changing meaning, like politically correctness is always changing its mind. When a host moved to explain the concern, so the host was explaining why that word was offensive to people, and MacGowan said, nobody in the band think it's worth a second thought. So it's so not on the radar. What's your opinion on euthanasia? Jeepers. What's my opinion on it? I don't know, do whatever you want, I guess. It's not, it's extremely controversial. If they do some kind of mental health check maybe beforehand, that would be good. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't know if someone's just depressed or what the crack is. Obviously it's very controversial, so I will talk about it. What are your thoughts on it? There's euthanasia roller coaster. That's one method of doing it. It's obviously, I think, no, it's not a good idea. No, but that, honestly, it should not be led up to me. It should be led up to, a group of a vote and all the rest of it. But sure, look, let you guys think or know what I'm talking about, or whatever. So listen, Shane MacGowan, last night there was a controversy, okay? Because this guy is known internationally for such bangers as And Rainy Night in Soho, okay? One of the iconic songs, alright? Ba 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 ba. Alright, I actually met Shane MacGowan once. I had the pleasure of meeting him when I was about, I think I just started playing guitar. I was in a shop called Easton's, which is on the main street of Ireland. I was just shopping, and I noticed there was this lad, and he was absolutely fucked off his head. Like, he was this old lad. I was just there downing fucking drinks. Downing fucking drinks. I was like, what is this lad up to? And there was a big massive queue, and I just thought it was some lad's granddad or something. I don't know what, because I was just a kid. I just said, like, alright, and he just looked at me, and that was the end of it. Like, I didn't know who the fuck he was, like, and he definitely didn't know who I was. So that's my claim to fame. That's the closest thing I've come to. Alright. So yeah, it's just mad how politically correctness changes, and how this actual person who's creating it's other people who censor the art based on their own opinions of what the art means to them, but that wasn't the intention of the artist. So it's just mad. Once you finish art, it goes out into the world, it can mean all sorts of things. So listen, this is Shane MacGowan. He was on what was he on? He was on the Late Late Show last night, right? As I said, I've already kind of explained roughly what that is. In Ireland, it's this big important show, and Shane MacGowan's basically he'd be considered like an alcoholic, I think. There's a lot of stories of him, like, drinking drinking and so on, and there's a lot of stuff, like, as I said, I've witnessed him locked, and I didn't even know who he was. And I went up to my mum, and she was like, do you know who that was? And I was like, I've no idea who that was. And she was like, that's Shane MacGowan, he's very famous. And I was like, is he alright, ma'am? Like, he seems like he's not well. Because I didn't know what drinking was. Like, I was just a fucking kid. And she was like, he's just very famous. I was like, alright. I think he was there to sign albums or something. But yeah, like I said, I honestly don't know much about him. I've only heard people's, and like I hang around with, speak very fondly of him, as usual. To be honest, can I tell the truth? Honestly, do you know what I want to tell you a story about one time I got in trouble for saying the word faggot. Because I love the word faggot, as I've already explained, but I can't say it. It's like a guilty pleasure, do you know what I mean? It's like watching up chicks with dicks when no one's watching. It's one of those things, right? So I've this person in my life who I really love, and his name is may not be Paddy, allegedly. And one time, me and my friend Paddy were hanging out, and we were hanging out or whatever, and it was kind of like a very kind of socially conscious group, like a lot of, I don't know how to say this, but very left wing kind of, lot of people or whatever. And I was annoyed at my friend because I said, Paddy, do you want to come to the shop with me to buy sweets? Because we're all watching a film together, and we were just going to go to the shop and buy sweets and then come back, right? And I said, come on, let's go get sweets. And he said, no, go by yourself. And I was obviously very annoyed at him. And I just said, oh, you fucking faggot. And the whole room gasped because this person, who I may or may not be a real person, is gay or whatever. And it didn't even register with me. And I was kind of like, why is everyone gasping? And they were like, because you called your friend a faggot. And I was just kind of thinking, why does that matter? And I was like, oh shit, they think that I've some kind of issue with my friend's sexual orientation, which to me is just like bonkers. Like, I was just like what? Why is that even an issue? But for some reason, like I from their perspective, maybe they're used to having that said at them in a negative way. In a way that I won't, I can't understand because it's not me. But yeah, it's just mad the trends in words and how you're not allowed to say it. So that was pretty much the last time I've ever said that word in public until now. So yeah, like I said, I was very scared of doing it. I was like, I'm definitely going too far, you know. But I think if I didn't talk about it, I'd be afraid, and then once you're afraid of saying one thing, you're afraid of saying another thing, and then, yeah. Okay, but, alright, there's this other thing, right, I want to say. There was this, I was watching this YouTube channel, alright, called, it's a Russian lad, alright, and he hangs around another lad called Bald and Bankrupt, which is another great YouTuber. But he says the, quote, N-word, okay? I'm not that brave, I'm not going to say that. Because if I say that word, literally a SWAT team's got to come in. They're going to beat the shit out of me. I don't know. I've been told since a kid, don't say that word or whatever, and I've just been like, well, I don't understand. I'm just some kid. And they were like, listen, some of your great granddad did some terrible stuff, and now you're not allowed to say that word because your great did some terrible. And I'm like, I don't even know what my great granddad was. And they're like, listen, you still can't say it. And I'm like, yeah, listen, it's one hot ass potato. I'm not even gonna get into it because it's way too. Alright, I shouldn't have even said the F word, and to be honest, I can't even say it anymore because I lost my nerve. But sure, look, moving on. So basically, there's this Russian lad, and he says the N-word a lot on his YouTube channel, and he's a Caucasian lad, and I was very confused. I was like, how come this lad? What do I have to do to be able to say this word? Because he looks like he's having a lot of fun, you know. I mean, he's just singing along his rap songs. But I don't know. It must be something that's okay to do in Russia. I don't know. But he says that word all the time. The YouTube comments don't care. I don't know what the politically correct loophole. He obviously has a politically correct loophole. Do you know what I mean? Maybe his great granddad was. I don't know what the deal is. And also, I think in Spain they use that word. I could be wrong, because I was listening to a Rage Against the Machine record, and I believe the singer uses that word. The dreaded N-word, which no one's allowed to say. So. I know, it just feels really silly that if I say a word, it somehow turns me into a racist. It's like, that seems really childish, you know what I mean? That just because I say a word out loud, somehow that's gonna turn me into some kind of evil person, and I won't have control of my body anymore. I'm gonna join some kind of white supremacist clan. It just seems, yeah, as like I said, honestly, I don't know a lot about it. I'm just literally exploring my own mind here and Googling stuff on the internet, and sure, look, I think it's time to get into legal disclaimers as quick as possible before I get sued the fuck out of it. Alright, gonna sing a little bit of song about the old recession. Alright. There was a lot of controversy about Shane MacGowan because as far as I know, he's an alcoholic or something. I don't know. It seems to be. I don't know what you call someone who drinks every single day. functioning alcoholic, just someone who enjoys themselves. I don't know. For some reason, I feel the need to put a label on it. I know that's a whole other fucking debate. Yeah, I posted a picture of my face on top of Greta. I don't even know her second name. I started googling this Greta person last night because I was like, here, if I'm going to be making kind of fun of someone, I better just have a look. I've already made fun of them, but I should probably just see like how much trouble I'm in. Man, I just feel like a kid, and the world is like a bold teacher just going, no, you can't be saying that. These are words, and words hurt feelings. You might hurt someone's feelings. And everyone's like, no, Vegan Steven said a word. No words. My emotions are melting. He used words. He said a word on the radio. The world's gonna end. Everyone's gonna be really racist and hate people now because Vegan Steven said a word on the radio, and it's not even the radio. Some podcast. Anyway, listen. Pay. We don't work for free. Pay. It's been going on forever. Paid in compliments and lager. Stand alone. I forgot the words, but you can't say faggot on the radio. Cause someone might get offended, but shame again says it's okay. It's the Vegan Steven Podcast. This is fucking live everywhere. Pay. We don't work for free. Cause if you're good at your job, then don't work for free. Cause they'll keep you down. They'll keep your money. If you're good at your job, then don't work for free. Cause they'll keep you down. They'll keep your money. Cause if you're good at your job, then don't work for free. Cause they'll keep you down. They'll keep your money. Cause if you're good at your job, then don't work for free. Cause they'll keep you down. They'll keep your money. If you're good at your job, then don't work for free. Cause they'll keep you down. They'll keep your money. Pay. We don't work for free. Pay. We don't work for free. Pay. It's for all the lads fucking laid off in the recession. Fucking shite crack lad. Fucking all them hanging around the fucking dole keepers. Shite crack. Anyway, shut up. Pay. We don't work for free. Vegan Steven Podcast is a parody of a podcast. Vegan Steven is a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. All characters and events in the show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. Celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language and, due to its content, should not be viewed by anyone. This is the Vegan Steven Podcast. It is the number one podcast. This is the number one vegan podcast promoting positive mental health. It's not just for vegans, it's for everyone. I'm your host, Vegan Steven. We are currently live on YouTube, iTunes, your mother's iPhone, your ex-girlfriend's makeup box. That cousin that you never talk to, it's in their school bag. Vegan Steven Podcast, it's everywhere. It's Spotify, everywhere, absolutely everywhere. If you want to watch the video version, you can watch it it's every day on Instagram Live. It's on YouTube Live. There's an entire back catalogue of every single episode. I think we're on something crazy like episode 70. Every single morning, the Morning Espresso. I'm here to promote positive mental health. You are not your feelings, you're not your emotions, or maybe you are your feelings and emotions, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is we all have up and down days and all the rest of it. And sure, listen, it's all there in the back catalogue. Enjoy. I'd recommend the old CBT. I did a cheeky episode on it, so here, listen, you do whatever you want. Current affairs, what's trending? We'll have a look at that today. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Shane MacGowan. We're going to talk about, see what this Greta person's all about. Who knows? But more importantly, it's break time. So that's the crack, you know. When you gotta be doing these things. So listen, this is the problem tree. This is the part of the show where you boil that kettle, get the fucking biscuit out. Cause if you don't treat yourself, who else is gonna treat you? Just a little. I'm not saying buy a fucking big handbag or anything, or a manicure for your dog. But what I'm saying is, put on the old kettle there, you know. The world will go on if you have one extra sip of coffee a day or whatever. Like, enjoy. You gotta live for it today. You gotta make every day. Turn your life into every day is just fucking. What I'm trying to say is, I used to fucking hate getting up in the morning. Now I can't fucking wait. Cause it's fucking, the whole day is like, yum. And hopefully you guys can turn your lives into yumness as well. Because it's very nice, like, not being worried all the time and stuff, you know, facing the old fears. Yeah, so this is your problem tree. So listen, you just gotta listen. No one believes in me. Oh, life's not fair. All that crack. Just get it out. But boil the kettle at the same time if you want to. Whoa! Listen, therapy is very expensive, so I'll have to leave it there. It costs fucking €90 and all the rest of it for a therapy job. So listen, what's this shame? He was on the Late Late Show there. I was keeping up with my mate Glenn Hansard. Saying hello to him on Instagram and all that. He had some pictures of him and Shane again. Now I'm very out of the loop. Yeah. He's some famous lad, right? He's 61 and he fell on his hip there. Listen, I only did like 5 minutes research before the show, so I know fuck all about this lad. If you lads can let it rip in the comments with some awesome links and shit, because I've never really heard of this lad. But anyway, so listen. Profession: vocalist, musician, songwriter, artist. Okay, I was just like, he's recently in a wheelchair, so Glenn Hansard was posting up some pictures. How are we getting on? I'm gonna try and say her name, but I'm probably gonna fuck it up. Jadrenko Pranky. Sorry about being dyslexic, but that's life. So listen, I was trying to figure out why this lad, why he's in a wheelchair. Like, I was just like, why is this lad in a wheelchair? Like, what, is he sick? Has he got cancer or whatever? Apparently in 2015 he was at a recording studio and he had a fall and he broke his pelvis, and he's been using a wheelchair since for it, right? But the thing is, that was 2015. and it's 2019. So he's had a broken pelvis for 4 years. Now listen, I don't know, like, this is literally, I'm searching the gossip columns here, alright? So this is literally fiction, alright? So don't take out what I'm saying seriously whenever. Listen, and then there's a picture of him there, and it says he's 61. Physio is brilliant, he says, and it said he'd be walking soon, but April. So yeah, listen, I don't know what he's up to, but there was controversy, okay? And why was the controversy? Because this lad, a lot of people see him as like an alcoholic, and a lot of people think, oh, if you've an addiction you can't function as a human being. So I don't know, I don't know, there's something after happening to him. Like, I don't want to be fucking weird about it, but it kind of seems like it kind of seems like he had a stroke. Now I know that's an awful thing to say about someone, but it kind of, he's just I can't find out what actually happened to him, but this is the longest that Shane has been sober since we met. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking, that's mental. Okay, so he seems to Victoria Clark's the husband, right? And they say he struggled since 2016 or something. As far as I thought this lad was down in points his entire life. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, basically they're trying to say that this lad is happy and sober since 2016 or something. And listen, this is literally gossip. Don't go off any of this as fact. And then he was drinking alcohol on the set, because the set was oh god, who the fuck knows? Listen, it's called the Tubble's Bar. They had a lot of celebrities there, and they got something other. They got fucking Pat Short on the fucking saxophone, which is a bit mad. Pat Short's a deadly comedian. I like, but they had him playing saxophone in the background of. Sorry, they had the Pogues. There's this lad called Shane MacGowan. They had a live performance of him last night on the biggest show in Ireland, which is called The Late Late Show, and he's not really able to. I don't know what his deal is, but he's not really able to talk. But they still give him a mic and make him perform. So I don't know what that's about. Or maybe he wants to perform, but like listen, it's a bit of a touchy subject, because they're not telling me what's sick with him, and he's acting like, if I would just assume he had a stroke or two. Like, I'm not trying to say anything bad about his character, but that's just like, he's not able to form words and stuff fully and stuff. So listen, I don't know if I'm being a big dickhead by saying it looks like he has a stroke, but I'm trying to look it up and I can't see. I know I've only spent 5 minutes, but this is what happens with live television, people. Listen, so Jennifer O'Carroll, who's on the fucking she tweeted this or whatever, right? And she just says, I don't know who she is, we'll find out. There was a few questions to be asked about the wisdom of this well-intended Shane MacGowan tribute. Not least the questionable taste of having the set made up like a pub with pints of Guinness on the tables. Yeah, well, yeah. It's like, the whole thing's to make money, like that. Like, I think people kind of forget that Shane MacGowan was paid to be there, and everyone there got paid, and all the rest of it. But listen, I'm just being cynical. Okay, John McGrinney. Sorry, this website I'm reading off right now is evoke.ie. I've never heard of it, but here we are. I was reading off some tweets for some reason. I've only been on Twitter like 3 times in my life, so who knows what it's like. A pub set specifically for Shane MacGowan. Either I'm getting old and cranky, which I am, or that's a bad call. Maybe alcohol and MacGowan can't be separated at this stage. Does the national broadcaster have to glorify it? Some uncomfortable looking faces in the background. Late. Yeah, so basically they had a recovering alcoholic in a pub and gave him alcohol live and on television in front of the whole country, and then made him perform. So yeah, listen, I don't know. That's one way of looking at it. I just know because I was looking at Glenn Hansard's Instagram there, because we'd be liking each other as me and him, you know, he's a good lad. And I just saw some pictures of him and I was like, why is he hanging around with this lad in an old folks home in a wheelchair? And then I was like, oh fuck, that's Shane MacGowan. Oh my god, is Shane MacGowan alright? Like, since when is he in a wheelchair? Because I don't really keep track of people, like, you know what I mean? I got my own fucking, I'm just worried about like walking dogs and stuff and doing my own laundry. Like, I'm just trying to do my own, keep my own shit going day to day, like everyone else. So yada yada yada. But I'm not going anywhere with that. 1 minute they're talking about homelessness, the next they're celebrating alcoholism. That's what Mick Tumper has to say. Yeah, well, like Guinness pump a lot of money into advertising, and they also it's such a weird thing. Have any of you heard about drinkaware.ie? The same people who own the people who tell you not to drink are owned by the same company who own all the alcohol companies. Alright? So do you hear what I'm saying? The same people who are employed to tell you not to drink are also the same people who make all their money off selling you drink. Does anyone understand how retarded that is? And I just remembered that you're not allowed to say retarded because political correctness has changed its mind on what you're allowed to say and not say. I don't know what it is. Okay, silly. Is that silly? I don't know. Listen, people have called me like retarded for a lot of my life and they were completely serious. So for some reason I feel like I have a right to say that word. I don't know. I was very slow in learning as a kid. Still am. So I got a good bit of slagging off the other kids and grown ups and all the rest of it. Boo hoo. Alright, we're moving on. Rojan says Shane MacGowan was absolutely destroyed by drink. Well, yeah, he went fucking hard at it, like, he didn't fucking mess around, like, he was fucking... Anytime I listen to stories about him, it's just like, and everyone was hammered. It's kind of an Irish tradition-ish, but I don't know, who knows. And they set up a bar in honour of him. I mean, fuck's sake. The show opened with helping the vulnerable homeless and then shifts to exploiting vulnerable alcoholic. It's disgusting. RTE, you should be ashamed. There's nothing debating Shane MacGowan's songwriting genius, but he's physically incapable of performing for years now. Shit! I'm just going to read that again. This is Patrick Conboy's opinion. Oh, I don't think anyone else liked it. So no one else agrees with him, but I also don't agree. But anyway, wink wink. Here we go. There is no doubting Shane MacGowan's songwriting genius, but he's physically incapable of performing for years now, yet still gets wheeled out like sort of dancing monkey. Also, who thought a pub theme was apt for a man battling alcoholism most of his life? Jesus Christ. I think pints of Guinness in front of Shane MacGowan, whether they are fake or not, is really poor taste. Oh, so maybe they were fake pints of Guinness. I don't really understand, to be honest. Yeah. The only thing... I was watching the vocal performance and... I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. Han the Holly. Oh shit. Who's Han the Holly? I don't know. Some mad shit going on on the internet there. So they had some of my fucking heroes. They had Nidge from fucking I don't know what his fucking actual name is. Class actor from Love Hate. And they had fucking Liam Neeson, some fucking Irish heavyweights here, you know. And then some other people I've never heard of. Just go on Shane, like everyone, he's an international superstar as regards, yeah, like he'd be known, especially in the trad scene. Alright, so and there's Glenn Hansard there. Yeah, everyone's having a good time. So I don't know what the right answer is. So listen, I had to look into this Greta one because I didn't know what the fuck the whole thing was. So listen, apparently what happened was, because there was a meme of there's some angry looking child, right? This is my first time I ever heard of this. I just heard there's this whole thing about global warming. Global warming's a thing now. This is just what I heard. There's a picture of an annoyed 16-year-old kid or whatever. There's an annoyed child looking at as a picture of Trump, just looking like I'm Trump or whatever, President of America, right? I said I don't know anything about this. I just looked at a few memes. Alright. There's already been comedians' careers destroyed over doing a comparison between Greta and Hitler, just because Hitler got the cover of Time magazine in 1938. So some comedians were saying that Times cover, which is a bit mad though if you think like the Times or whatever, they let on your boy Hitler. Oh god, people love calling me. But yeah, so some comedians mentioned that and their careers were absolutely destroyed over it. I think they got they lost their residency over it, and so on. But yeah, it's just mad, like, because if you just okay, why did they lose their career? Okay, so there's a few things about, like, personally I don't think it matters who the fucking, like, she's just the face of a company, like, do you know what I mean? Like, she's just a symbol. She doesn't actually mean who she is. Sorry, it doesn't actually matter who she is. Like, it's just a person. So it's like me. Like, you don't know who I am. I'm just representing confidence. Like, none of you guys know anything about me. You got, like, I'm on the face of memes or whatever. I'm also just here to try and sell you stuff. That's why. Alright. So when I first saw it, I was like thinking, do you see these religious groups who are like, I hate fags, which just makes me seem, now I'm thinking more about it, I'm like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have said that word at the start of the show. I don't know, I'm very confused about the whole topic, because people just mostly about other people, because other people keep telling me I can't do stuff. Other people tell me I can't do a podcast every day. You can't be that consistent. You can't go on every day for an hour and entertain every day. There's no way you can do it. And I've done it for the last 2 months straight. Like, people are always just telling me I can't do shit. But anyway, sorry, that's my own personal rant. It just really confuses me that people feel a need to constantly tell other people that they can't do shit. It's just weird. So listen, it reminded me of there's this documentary by Louis Theroux, which is one of my favourite documentary, probably one of my favourite people of all time, to be honest. Man, I am so bad staying on track. Staying on track. Okay, Adolf Hitler, Man of the Year, 1938. Okay, and some comedian mentioned this. Because Greta is the Person of the Year 2000 and... Oh, Jesus, what year? 2020? I don't know what yeah, listen. Like I said, she's just a... Yeah, okay. Now, what's the crack with... It's a kind of a bit complicated and a very touchy issue for a lot of people, alright? So it's going to... I'm going to follow my ass on this one. I know I'm going to follow my ass, but maybe by the next or third episode I'll have this figured out and you guys will understand what the fuck I'm talking about, because right now I just must seem like a fucking arsehole making fun of people. Alright. Yeah, so some comedians said, listen, Hitler was the Man of the Year 1938 of Time magazine, and 2020 it's Greta, and they're like, notice any similarities? And then they were like, you can't say that, you can't make even jokes about 16-year-old girls, so get out of here. Okay, so, oh jeez. Alright, when there's like people going, I'm just going off a scene here, right? Louis Theroux has a documentary, and they go to these extremist Christians, and they all brainwash their kids to say awful stuff about. They just brainwash them to be saying stuff, whatever the parents believe. Whatever the parents believe, they just brainwash the kids to think it. All right. Whatever the parents believe, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So they tell their kids, listen, for some reason, I don't even know why, soldiers are faggots. I don't know why soldiers are faggots. I'm very confused about why they decided to say soldiers are all soldiers are faggots or whatever. But they used to go outside these dead soldiers' funerals. So, a soldier would have died. There would be a funeral to, you know, say, we're sorry to see you go, you died, you're a soldier. A lot of emotions, you know, this could be our son, whatever. Very emotionally tense moment. And then we have these Christian extremists. I don't know if they're newborn Christians or what sect of religion. To me, it doesn't really matter what religion they're with. But anyway, that's another fucking. I'll just keep my mouth shut. So they're there, right, and they're there with the sign, and they're saying something like, "God hates fags," all right, whatever that means, and they're shouting at these people at a funeral, and it's like a soldier has died. So I have no idea what their context. Like that's the scene described from someone. I was just watching the documentary and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And they had their own, you know, reasons why they were calling dead soldiers fags and all the rest of it. It went over my head a little bit, to be honest. But that's the thing, you know. That's the thing when you go blank and things. So there was all these, like, you know, Aryan kids or whatever. Jeez, I'm so bad at picking my words, man. Anyway, listen. And they had the kids brainwashed, and the kids were listing off pages of the Bible, and we should do this with it. We're out in the streets protesting and all this sort of shit. And I'm seeing this girl, like, and she's just spouting off all this stuff that other people have told her, like, spouting off things that other people have told her, like, you don't really have much free independent thought when you're that age. And some people say, but she has the superpower of being autistic. Like, I have the superpower of being dyslexic, but it doesn't mean I knew the world inside out when I was fucking 16. I don't know. Like, she's a lot of people. Some people seem to think that it's just this one little girl against this one old man. That's absolute bullshit. They're just faces of products. Like, there's faces of products, alright? The American government's face is just like this old lad who loves talking about saying mad shit or whatever, and the face of this movement is like this 16-year-old girl, alright? It's the face of the product, alright? For me, ideally, if I could my target audience seems to be women between the age of 25 and 35, so ideally I would get a sex change and turn into a woman just because my ratings would go through the roof, alright? So you appeal to your target audience is generally how these companies work. I know this is very cynical, and a lot of people who don't have a clue what I'm talking about and just think I'm talking shite, maybe I am. So listen, basically if you have your figurehead as a girl who's under the age of 18, you're almost indestructible, do you know what I mean? Because they had people slagging her, and everyone's just like, you can't make fun of a girl who's under the age of 18, which is fucking true. Like, I feel so awkward making fun of this person just because they're under the age of 18. I don't really want anything to do with them, but the news is, you know, full of it or whatever. Talk about Greta, blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about the fucking woman. I was trying to learn stuff about her last night, and I just fell into a black hole of memes. Apparently the whole incident was over. Trump was going to some global meeting about geography or helping the world or whatever, and he couldn't make it because he had to go to another meeting, and Greta was there just scowling at him in the corner. They never even talked to each other. They never even fucking talked to each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then everyone's goes, I don't know. Like, honestly, this Greta person is just a face of an organisation. There's a lot of people working her Twitter. If you think she is solely the sole person working behind her Twitter account doing all this stuff, I don't know, you're very silly. The same way if you think Trump is out there doing every single move himself. He's just the face of a team or an organisation. The same way my face is just the face. I'm just here to try and sell you guitars, right? That's all I'm here to do. Create now guitars, instruments. I'll give you fucking anything you want. Buy a hat, €200. Bang, bang, bang. People are paying money into this whole, like, save the environment stuff. There's a lot of money in environment stuff. There's fucking solar panels. There's fucking everything. Do you know what? This is so bonkers. So bonkers. you're allowed to slag Justin Bieber, right? When he was 16. You're allowed to slag Justin Bieber. Everyone's allowed to go, oh, Justin Bieber, he's an arsehole, oh, I hate his music, all this shit, right? Are you allowed to slag this Greta person? No. Why? Because she's a kid. Also, Justin Bieber's a kid. But, they're both pretty much geniuses as far as I can tell. Justin Bieber's an absolute fucking genius. Greta is obviously a fucking genius. Surely they should both be allowed to be slagged, but for some reason you're not allowed to slag a girl doing it. And they both have, you know, corporate interests on the back end. They both do massive publicity stunts. Oh, I'm only sailing places. Oh, I'm only... I don't know, whatever. Listen, this is very cynical of me, I know. But how come you can slag Justin Bieber when he's 16, but you can't slag Greta when she's 16? They're both high achievers in the public eye. What's the fucking crack with that, is all I have to say. Comedians are allowed to slag Justin Bieber, but if you slag Greta, you lose your job. What is up with that? Alright? So all I'm saying is I think it's a genius move for a movement to have a female who's under the age of 18, because then anytime someone makes fun of it, someone's making fun of Greta or whatever, right? And they had a lot of people saying, oh, they only made fun of the climate change movement because they hate women. And they hate children. I was like, what? So if you want to make fun of the whole climate change movement, you somehow magically hate women. What the fuck's all that about, like? I don't know, man. It just seems a lot of bollocks, if you ask me. It just seems a load of bollocks. Do you know when these cults have, when these mad cults have, they want to bring new people in on the street? Who did this? Fucking Charles Manson. All the boys do this. All the cults do it. All the big evil organisations do it. Marketing, sales do it. They put out the attractive girls and they go, oh hey, can you help me with this thing or whatever the fuck it is? Alright? Vegan Steven, you can't say that. Listen, I don't do it. I probably will do it. I would say girls, I just mean attractive females of age or whatever. And then all these guys just go, ooh, 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 ooh. All these, like, they're starting getting an erection or whatever, they don't know what the fuck's going on. I must like this person because whatever. And then they get signed up to the cult, whether that's geez, did you hear Scientology opened in Ireland there? That's a bit fucking weird, isn't it? They do some awful dodgy shit, don't they? I think I heard. Sorry, who said that? There's a weird echo in here. There's some lad in here, he keeps trying to, I don't know what he's saying, I couldn't quite say it. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, it's just confusing about what you're allowed to make fun of and what you're not allowed to make fun of. Because if you slag climate change movement, somehow you're anti-women and anti-autism. I don't know how the fuck that works. Alright. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Trump is a puppet for a figurehead of an organisation, and Greta is a figurehead for an organisation. I'm a puppet. I'm a figurehead for my own organisation. I'm trying to sell you shit, hats, guitars. I'm trying to sell you lifestyle, the rest of it. Everyone has their own intentions and all mad shit and all this mad shit. It's just fucking, the world's fucking mad. And it's even madder because they think I'm the mad one. Anyway, sure, look, that's the way it goes. Alright. We'll have a little look at Shane MacGowan and see what the crack is with him. Alright, I've done a bit of ranting. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, for me, I kind of assume everyone knows what Shane MacGowan's like, because I kind of just grew up and, like, you'd always hear people talk about him, like, just your aunties and uncles, it would just come up over dinner and just like, oh, did you hear what this lad's doing? And you'd be like, alright. I don't know, it's kind of like, he's kind of like just like a part of, he's kind of like Moore Street or something, like he's just like a thing, like everyone just kind of knows something about him. I don't know. You can say that about a lot of things, like what's that lad, Conor McGregor, like everyone I know has a story of when they bumped into him and yeah, from different nights and all the rest of it. I don't know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Early life. Shane MacGowan was born to... he's born on Christmas Day, fair play to him, 1957. And he's from Tipperary. Alright. He lived many parts of his life in London. Alright. And so he's publicly notified in 1976 at a concert by British punk band The Clash. Alright. So he's mates with The Clash. Alright. Pogues. Pogues are iconic. Fairtale, New York. He co-wrote that song and performed it with Christy McCall or whatever. Shane MacGowan and the Popes. Alright. Return of the Popes. Alright, moving on. Early life and relationships. Alright, we get into that. Yeah, some musicians have talked about the trap. I don't know what the Shane MacGowan's thing is, but there's a trap of you always have to perform because you're always kept in debt. Because they never pay you enough in music. So you're always stuck in this fucking, I don't want to say chicken wheel, was a hamster wheel. You have to do a gig if you want to eat tonight, and that's just the way it fucking goes. They never pay you enough, so you always have to be working. Whereas if you use the Vegan Steven model, you're creating intergenerational wealth and all that shit. Anyway, we move on. Stick to the topic. Family and relationships. Right. Substance abuse. Way. Sinead O'Connor. Does anyone else think Sinead O'Connor is a bit annoying, or is that just me? Again, I've heard loads of stories. You just talk to people and yeah, sure, fucking I saw Sinead O'Connor there on Henry Street there. It must have been 20 years. Everyone I know was fucking story. One time they bumped into her. So apparently, someone was on heroin. What's that lad called? Shane MacGowan. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page here. So Shane MacGowan was on heroin. Sinead O'Connor started screaming her head off and got London police over to arrest him for taking drugs. And then later on, MacGowan said cheers to Sinead O'Connor for helping him kick heroin. Jesus. Alright. It's one way of looking at it. He liked binge drinking. Apparently that's what happened to his teeth. As anyone doesn't know, his teeth kind of aren't in the best shape. His family gave him Guinness to help sleep. Jesus. He started drinking at the age of 5. Oh my Jesus. Fucking hell. Yeah. There you are. 2015 accident. Okay. He was leaving a Dublin studio. He fell on his pelvis. I'm lame in one leg. Oh shit. I broke my pelvis, which was the worst thing you can do. I'm lame in one leg. I can't walk around the room without a crutch. I'm getting better, but it's taking a long time. Alright, so he had an injury there. Honoured Lifetime Achievement Award in 2000. Oh, very, very good. He remains in a wheelchair user. Okay. So I'm kind of confused. I know it's very bad for me to say it. It seems like he had a stroke, but I don't know. It just seems like here it's fucking obvious. He can't fucking pronounce his words properly. And I don't know how to say that nicely. I'm just saying I can't find any information on why. If I would just assume it's to do with all the brain damage what happens when you drink alcohol every day, but I also know I'm not allowed to say these things, so I don't know. Listen, it's a question mark. I don't know why. I'm asking the question no one answered, or I'm answering the question no one asked for. One of those things. So listen, we'll have a little. I was hoping to fit in, the election results, but you guys all know about that shit yourselves, Alright, we've only got 2 minutes left of the podcast. Oh my god. Let's have a look. Okay, UK election. So there's an erection there they had a hard on in 2019, the UK general election. Now, I've been very honest with you guys. I don't know anything about politics. The only thing I know about politics right now is that this Trump lad, I know nothing about his politics. Honestly, I know fuck all. I don't follow the news. I only read it in this one for comedic value. I read some of his books on business and I enjoyed them. I've read a lot of people's books on business and I enjoyed them as well. I don't know anything about anything really, to be honest. So when you hear me talk about politics, it's like hearing an alien talk about politics, okay? I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. I'm not a diehard of any party or anything. I just want you guys to have a good day. I'm just getting you pumped up for the day. Alright. And do you know what? I'm forever proved myself wrong. On one of the first podcasts I said suicide kills more people than cancer. Alright? Turns out I was fucking wrong. We found out yesterday. And when I'm wrong, I'll fucking say I'm wrong as well. Well, there's a bit of proof, like. So as far as I know, it's heart disease. You can check it out in yesterday's episode. Heart disease or something like that kills twice as much as cancer, and it turns out suicide is nowhere near as close as killing as many people as cancer and so on. Now, you can look at it as in heart disease and all these things are knock-on effects or side effects of having poor mental health. You could always argue that shite, like you were trying to deal with having a shit day, so you ate too much or whatever. And fun fact, if you turn vegan, your risk of cancer goes way down, and all that heart stuff as well. It's just really fucking healthy. If you just want to be selfish and just be vegan for a selfish reason, do it. Listen, we're getting back to work here. UK election. Okay, so official, it says 650 seats. Okay, grand. So there's a big graph here, and it says Conservative Party, Boris Johnson. Did anyone see that? There was a meme there of him, he hid in a fridge, and I was like, they had loads of pictures of him hiding in the fridge, and I was like, this is going to be hilarious. Can I find the video of him, hiding in the fridge? And it was such a letdown. It was just him walking into one of those walk-through freezers. So anyway, Conservative Party got 365 seats. That's pretty good. Alright. Labour got 200. Scottish National Party got 48, and yeah, etc. Alright, I was trying to look up what does this mean for the world, and all I got was people panicking. So I just feel like people are gonna fucking panic themselves their arses off. What I didn't like was a lot of people having up posts on Instagram being like, I voted Labour. You need to vote Labour if you like jobs and all this stuff. It's like, I don't know. But we're going to keep rocking out on the audio and the YouTube, Instagram. It's been emotional. I'll see you tomorrow. So we're going to have a quick look at the journal before we wrap up. This is the Vegan Steven podcast, live every day. And Megan McCrunch, you're looking well. I like what you're doing with your hair. And is there any other crack going on in the journal? Live and extremely dangerous. ESB warns people not to risk electricity this Christmas. Go fuck yourself, ESB. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit cranky because once that counter, oh my god, more people are talking to me. Oh god. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Just getting all these things. Alright. Excuse me. US Supreme Courts agree to hear cases next year over release of Trump's tax returns. Sorry, this is 16 hours ago. Johnson says he's some kind of Prime Minister of England or something, by the way. I'd like to go for a pint with him because he just seems like... And do you know what? I would not be talking about politics because I don't think either of us have much interest in that. Oh! You can't say that! Alright, excuse me. Alright, excuse me. Back to the point. We're finishing up. We're wrapping up. The most wonderful Christmas present, HSE, to reimburse cost of new crystal lake forest streams. Oh, fuck off. Sorry. I'm getting very... man 20's charged over handbag robbery, assault in Cork. Alright, come on. Where's the world news? Jesus. Generational election suspension. I don't know. From Garden Earth, you locally grown vegetables this Christmas. Alright, someone's talking about you should grow your own vegetables. Not everyone has fucking time to be a professional gardener and deal with everything in life. Right, I'm sorry I'm getting annoyed. Just some people, especially fucking vegans, they're always on their fucking high horse being like, oh, you should put more energy into fucking politics, and oh, you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't do so much of this, and oh, you're such a bad person because sure you'd stop dating animals, but you still fucking you're still showing microaggressions between some minority group which haven't even been invented yet, and oh, you're so let's protest, and oh, I'm not doing that, oh, I'm protesting this, oh, let's boycott fucking emotions. And sorry, I've just been in a lot of This is love. North Korea conducts another cultural test at long-range rocket site. Jeez, that's mad. Fair play to you. And then we have how to gift wrap without all the waste. Oh my god. Yes. I don't know. Oh my god, they had like fucking Red Bull, right? And they had just advertising just annoys me so much. They had like, it was something like Red Bull, and then it had some lad, it was like how the sports star opens up about mental health. Alright? Red Bull doesn't give a fuck about your mental health, man. Honestly, it doesn't give a fuck. It's going, what's trending right now? Mental health. Okay, how do we seem like we care about our customers? Let's talk about what together. Oh, fucking ad. There you go. I don't know. Listen, I'm getting very emotional, and it's probably just because I haven't eaten. So listen, I'll leave it there, and I like what you're all doing, and this episode is dedicated to Shane MacGowan, and he's done a lot. Alright. I gave him a bit of a slagging off or whatever. I didn't even slag him, to be honest. I probably should have slagged him. But I don't know, he's done a lot, like, you know, he's done a fucking lot for Ireland and music and everything. So listen, I'm off. I just want to thank people for being so... I got a lot of abuse for some of the memes I post and stuff, but the positive backlash has been fucking unreal. So I'm really chuffed. I actually have the best fans ever. They're actually fucking bang on. So yeah, thanks very much, lads. Thanks. Alright, before I start tearing up here, it's great. Like, it's great. Living my dream life. Like, it's good. It's good. It's good. Right. Right, I might actually be tearing up, so goodbye. Good luck.